Hello, this is GabbyRae Talker. Welcome to my living room. I'm here to do a review on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 8, starting with Episode 1. I've been getting requests to do reviews for this show, so here we go. The show starts off with Candy and Todd. Candy is now pregnant. They underwent a special procedure for her to get pregnant because she had problems with fibroids. The doctor is telling her to take it easy. She explained to the doctor she was spotting, so that was that. In the next scene, Phaedra and Portia meet together. Phaedra explains that they have become much closer. They discussed old times, and they also brought up some juicy gossip about Cynthia and Peter. What happened was somebody had recorded Peter rubbing up against a woman and whispering in her ear. They look at the recording of Peter caught on tape rubbing up against the woman. You can look at it too. I put a link in the description section. It's about 16 seconds long. The next scene shows Cynthia confronting Peter about the recording. She explains to him that it's such an embarrassment to her. Then Peter tries to defend himself and say that there wasn't anything going on, and that's just a lady that frequents the bar. Then in the confessional, Cynthia reveals that she only sees her husband maybe 3 times a week if she's lucky. Most of the time he's in Charlotte. That's where his business is. By the end of the scene, Cynthia made it clear to Peter that she wasn't dealing with that type of behavior from him. The next scene, you see Portia with her new boyfriend Duke. He's a football player. They're in a hotel room that Portia rented out instead of having him come to her house. Instead, she got a hotel room. Next, you see Kenya and Cynthia driving. Kenya wants to show Cynthia her new neighborhood and her new house. Along the way, they pass Sheree's house. She's an old cast member from previous seasons. So this is her house. I think it's very beautiful. It's being built. But Kenya seems to put it down. But it's to be expected for a hateful, mean, disturbed, troublemaking, messy person like Kenya to put Sheree's house down. Trust me, Kenya's new house is no better. It's actually 100 times worse. It looks like a beat up warehouse. I kid you not. Look at this. And look at the inside of it. I don't get it. This is Real House of Atlanta. It's supposed to represent, this show is supposed to represent women or wives with money. And this house is just, to me, an eyesore. She calls Sheree's house eyesore, but look at this. Yeah. She said she's gonna build it up, but look at the outside. The outside is still, the frame of it is still not very attractive. Even Cynthia had made a comment asking who lived in this house, Freddy Krueger or Jason. And so let's compare the two, Sheree's house and Kenya's house. Okay, when I look at Sheree's house, that looks like a place where I would want to live. But when I look at Kenya's house, it looks like a warehouse or a school. It does not have the framework of a house. So now I get it. Kenya is jealous of RHOA because her house is actually better. So from here, Kenya is going to act out on jealousy against RHOA because RHOA's house is actually better than Kenya's warehouse. Kenya is going to act out on jealousy with RHOA the same way she acted out on jealousy with young pretty Portia when she met her, in the same way she acted out on Vivica Fox on Celebrity Apprentice. So let's get on to the next scene. Next scene, Phaedra talks to her mom about relationships and says that she should just go ahead and get a divorce, and her mom said that she'll be there for her. Phaedra also shared with her mom about her friendship with Candy and said she was really bothered by Candy because when Phaedra was going through all that stuff and stress with Apollo, Candy was sympathizing with Apollo. In this scene you see Todd and Candy discusses with Todd about her relationship with Phaedra, saying that she doesn't know where they're at, and she questions Todd on holding Apollo's things. Todd brought up that Apollo told him that he has problems with communicating with Phaedra and the kids. He calls the house like once a month, but they don't always answer the phone, and Candy questions him and asks, do you believe that? Then Todd said, why would he lie? And then Todd also brought up the fact about the donkey booty that he helped Phaedra produce, and he didn't get paid, and she owes him $8,000 more. The scene ended with Candy saying that maybe she'll possibly say something to Phaedra, but they don't really talk. The next scene shows Cynthia planning a party to launch her eyewear, which are glasses, looks like sunglasses, that new product that she's coming out with. The next scene, Cynthia's sister Mallory comes over and tells Cynthia that based on a recording that she saw, it looks like Peter is cheating. The final scene shows Cynthia's launch party of her sunglasses, and all the cast members are there. And Peter, when he arrived, he and Cynthia had words. She was just basically supporting Cynthia because she saw the video that he was seen in as wrong, and he made a joke about it. Cynthia's sister Mallory was there, and when she saw Peter, she said to Phaedra, I have no desire to talk to him. Shortly after, Cynthia came out and presented her sunglasses. Then, to everyone's amazement, RHOA walks in. And of course, jealous, messy Kenya starts with RHOA about her house and telling RHOA that the neighbors have been complaining about her house, saying it's an eyesore. Then RHOA said, I'm building my house. Anybody that knows about building houses knows that it takes time. Then she says to Kenya, you're down in that ditch. You have molds? Do you have molds? Then it looked like RHOA's words struck a nerve in Kenya that all Kenya could do is resort to calling her a derogatory name. Cynthia stepped in between and said, we are not doing that. And in Phaedra's confessional, she had said RHOA is not the person to mess with. So this is the last scene that we see on episode 1. Some type of altercation is getting ready to go down, and I guess it'll play out on episode 2. But this scene ends with RHOA saying,
she got me fucked up. She got me fucked up.
Then it looks like Portia is trying to restrain Sheree by holding Sheree's hand that contains a drink. Next episode, in episode 2, I'm pretty sure we'll find out what happens here. This is GabbyRae Talker concluding my review on Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 8 Episode 1. Come see me in my next review next time. And come join me on my social networks, Facebook, Instagram, G+, Twitter. Or even better, come join me where all the action is at the new site of www.isoclassifieds.com. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.